Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Goldie coming at you with G&T. Today we got a Graco 1095. I'm just going to be changing out the cord here. It doesn't have a ground. It's either been broke off or maybe even snipped off. A lot of times it'll be snipped off. Guys just using an outlet that doesn't have a ground, or even their extension cord, or just something's going on, and you know, they finally need to break that off of there. And I get it. I was a contractor. And things happen. You want to get a job done, right? So, but the thing about it is, though, is it's very important to have this ground on there. It protects your internals, your motherboard, and also your motor. You can create damage from not having that ground on there. You know, you can also prevent fires or anything else, or even yourself, maybe even being electrocuted. The ground's not on here. And think about this too, using solvents and different paints and stuff with your paint sprayer. So yeah, let's get a ground on here. If you don't have a ground on your sprayer, at least put a plug on there. If you don't want to put the whole line on, at least put a plug on there. Okay, in this case, we're going to be using a cord from Graco, and the number is 17J160, and this is a direct replacement for the one that's already on there. So we'll replace that out, and let's get at it. So you got 4 screws here that hold this cover on, and it is a torque, I think it's a 25, yep. It's a T25. So we'll go ahead and remove those. Go ahead and get this board out of there. Put those down there to the side there. All right, so this cover needs to come off of here, and it does come off. If you look, there's some hinges in there, and if you pull on it, you kind of got to get it right there, so it'll come out of there, which is good. So we're going to go ahead, we'll undo this here, this tie. Keeps these wires together there. And pretty simple. You got your green that goes to your green there. This is your ground. Go ahead and disconnect that. You got to your power. That's for your switch. And you know, I also want to say too that when you're changing out this plug, don't just unplug the machine and get right at it, because these capacitors still hold power for a little while. So I'd say maybe wait a minute or so before you get into this box here. So go ahead and we'll pull this black out of there. And then we have our white that goes to our blue on the board. Our white is the common wire. So we got our common wire is white. We got our green, which is the ground. And then we got our power wire. So we'll go ahead and get this out of here. Just kind of be careful too. Just like that, how that wire is jamming in there. So, all right, so we'll get this out of the way. I'll get my new one. I'm just kind of holding this thing. I don't want the wires holding it up. So we'll go ahead and slip this back in its sleeve. Just like so, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take my cover, get it back in there. So there we go. We got a nice, easy place here to work. So we got our white that goes to the blue. We'll go ahead and plug that in. I gotta remove this jumper. There we go there. And we got our green to green here. Got a male in here and a female on this side. Go ahead and get that in there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Maybe give it a little yank on it. Same here. Yank on it. Yep. So we're good. Now we got our power wire that goes to the switch. Okay, we're looking good. Everything else is nice and tight. Make sure everything goes in there, just because that was kind of yanking on that a little bit. Well, we're good there. We're looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tie back on here. All right, so we're good there. Just take a good look at everything, make sure everything's nice and pretty. So get that back up in there. Like I mentioned before, take care of your sprayer, do your maintenance on it. You know, these sprayers, they don't break down when they're sitting at the shop. As you know, they always break down out on a job. So if you can do the things that you know to do to keep it up and running, you'll be much better off. So what I'm going to do now is when I replace these cords, what I like to do is I like to bring this cord around, and I'll let the cord just kind of hang down a little bit, and I'll take a zip tie, and I'll do 2 zip ties right here against the frame. And that way, guys are out there working in the field and stuff, and maybe you're not paying attention. It happens a lot of times. That cord gets pulled on. And I've seen them come in and that'll be broke, and it pulls on the board and everything. So you really don't want that. So I'll put one there and I'll put one up here. Go a little higher. Okay, right there. So I'll go ahead and tighten those up. I'll cut those off, and then I'll go ahead and put the cord right there on its little spot here, the hanger. But hey, man, we're all good. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. God bless. Have a good day.